From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, January 30th, 2016. Silver is trading at $14.26 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,118 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $381. Antiwar.com reports UN peace talks on Syria finally began on Friday in Geneva, though they opened without any rebel factions participating. That's going to change pretty soon, however, as the High Negotiations Committee, HNC, has reversed its previous refusal and is going to send some figures to the talks. The HNC was established last month in Saudi Arabia following a series of meetings among some Saudi-backed factions. The group is said to represent a fairly broad number of rebel factions, but exactly which ones are not wholly clear. The HNC had previously insisted they would only attend if the government agreed to end all airstrikes and release all rebel detainees. There's no indication any concessions happened since the demand and no explanation for the change. The indications are that these are to be proximity talks with no direct contact between the Syrian government and the rebel factions. The Syrian government has already arrived and its negotiators have met with the UN Special Envoy. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports email communications by officials in Michigan reveal coolers of purified water were delivered to state buildings in January 2015. At the same time, state officials denied there were problems with the water supply in Flint. The series of emails mention concern over poor water quality in Flint and contain a facility notification about the delivery of the coolers from the Department of Technology, Management, and Budget. One email read, "While the city of Flint states that corrective actions are not necessary, the Department of Technology, Management, and Budget is in the process of providing a water cooler on each occupied floor positioned near the water fountain so you can choose which water to drink. The coolers will arrive today and will be provided as long as the public water does not meet treatment requirements. Officials were never told the tap water was unsafe, but were simply provided an alternative water source." The coolers were installed more than a year before President Obama signed an emergency declaration to provide water filters, test kits, and other necessary items to the people of Flint, Michigan. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numery supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports the U.S. State Department conceded for the first time on Friday that intelligence officials were correct to say that at least 22 emails sent through Hillary Clinton's private server contained some of the government's most sensitive secrets. The 7 email chains from Clinton's time as Secretary of State, amounting to 22 separate messages, will be withheld from the public as a result because the information in them is classified at the highest level as top secret, according to State Department spokesman John Kirby. The announcement came 3 days before the Iowa caucuses, when the first votes are to be cast for the presidential nominations and where Clinton is locked in a tight race with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders to become the Democratic nominee for the presidential election in November. Kirby said these documents were not marked as classified at the time they were sent. He added that the department was now investigating whether the information in them was classified at the time it passed through her private ClintonEmail.com email account run on a server in her New York home. The department and intelligence officials have been arguing about the emails, which are being made public under a federal court order, for at least 5 months. The State Department initially maintained that Clinton might have obtained the same information independently through non-classified channels. The decision to no longer pursue this argument will add to the questions Clinton has faced for months over her handling of sensitive government information as she seeks to maintain her position as the favorite to become the Democratic presidential nominee. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.